And we are back for another episode of Dead Last Cycling, which can only mean one thing: another attempt at getting our first win. This week we're racing hell in the north. Fast, winding roads to start, a few punchy climbs, cobbles in the middle, and a proper climb to finish things off. We were out of the gate quickly as always, and it didn't take long for the first cobble section and climb to split the group in half. I'm slowly starting to acclimate to the all-out starts of Zwift Racing, I think. Despite a very healthy amount of orange shown in the power graph, I was still able to hang on and be thankful that this was Zwift and not real life.
It's very windy, is it here, isn't it? I'd be in the grass in real life.
With the early split made, the front group managed to stay together through the twisty section, and before long, we were into our first longer stretch of cobblestones. And this is where things got strangely slow. Everyone looking at each other, everyone desperate to save as much energy as possible for the petit com later on.
I don't think anyone's really trying.
The middle of this race, apart from this very questionable solo attack with 11 kilometers to go, was remarkably quiet.
I mean, there's no way one guy can go from 11k out, right?
Anyone who watched last week will know that fortune did not favour us when it came to power-ups. 0 feathers in the entire race. So when we passed under the second power-up banner and I got a feather, I was immediately debating whether or not to keep it for the mountaintop finish.
Right, if I can, do I save that feather till the end? Or do I risk it? There's 2 more power-ups.
I decided that the best thing to do was to hang on to it, only for this to happen a little bit further down the road.
Lose it. Oh, I just used the featherweight by accident. Fuck. Oh no. Well, that's unfortunate. I pushed off the bars and accidentally hit the hotkey.
Luckily, fortune was on our side this week, and I got another feather at the last power-up banner.
Oh, I got one.
And just a moment later, we were at the foot of the climb that everyone had been waiting for.
Here we go. God, this is a long climb.
2.5 kilometres between us all and a shot at glory. We quickly had 2 escapees, but with how shallow the climb started, I decided to sit in with the rest of the lads, and we very quickly swallowed up the early attackers. Bit by bit, the pace, as well as my heart rate, increased, but this is what we had all been saving our legs for, and being the massive nerd that I am, I knew the climb only got steeper and steeper as we got closer to the finish line. So I did my best to sit in on these lower slopes. With more and more red sections showing on the climb tracker, it was only a matter of time before someone made their bid for home. And when our Spanish friend Xavi upped the pace, I knew I needed to follow.
I want this guy's wheel.
With only a kilometre to go and Xavi making his move, riders started to be shelled out of the back every other second. And as we crested into a brief cobblestone flat section, there were only 5 or 6 of us left at the front. From here, it was just going to be a question of guts and who would manage to save the most watts for the final kick.
Hold on. No! Oh no, I'm not going in. I had nothing. Oh no. Second again now. What do I ever got to do to win, man?
And that is the question. What do we need to do to get a win? That's 4 second places in the past 6 weeks. But looking back, I don't see how I could have raced that much better. Perhaps I could have sprinted for home earlier and created an insurmountable gap, but realistically, I would have probably blown up and not even made the podium. Either way, we'll be back next week for another shot at redemption. See you then.